This is alertwolf here. Gonna bring you another review. This one is of a new anime that I'm reviewing. It's one of the seasonal animes, and it was the first one I liked. I still haven't gone through all the seasonal animes yet, so I am looking for a second one to pick up. But this one is of Hakkenden, 8 Dogs of the East, and this would be episode 1. Now, basically, the reason why I chose this anime, I thought, honestly, I thought it was cool. I mean, yeah, there are parts of this anime that have a little bit of that brotherly love thing, and that they do sometimes. There's a little on the gay side, but whatever, that doesn't bother me. But I dug the concept. You know, I dig the fact that they're fighting demons and they're in the priest, they're in the church and all this. So, and I thought the animation looked cool, and I did like the main characters, so I went ahead with it and watched the first 2 episodes now. But I'll review this one, and then I'll review the next one. And in a day or so, the 3rd episode will come out, and I'll review that as well. Now, basically, this episode starts out, a village is burning. I believe it's called, I gotta cheat and look at my phone here because, Otsuka Village, right? Was burning to the ground and looked like Shino, who's the main character, was dying. His sister, Hajime. Alright, I think I'm pronouncing her name right. It'll take me a little while to get used to the names, so bear with me. She was, her brother was dying, and all of a sudden, this figure comes out, and he's dressed in white, and he's blonde, and I guess he's a priest, and he's like, if you want to live, blah, 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 there's a price for it. And so, next thing we know, it's 5 years later, obviously, that the main characters live. Basically, of that terrible tragedy, only 3 people survived. They were all siblings. So, and the 3 people was Shino, Sosuke, and Hajime. And what happened? You find is it's been 5 years, but Sosuke hasn't aged, or not Sosuke, excuse me. Shino hasn't aged at all, and he hasn't matured, so he's still that 13-year-old kid. And we see him, he's talking to some crow, he's in the dark forest where, like, demons and like, monsters live. And there's this little spongy black soot thing with an eye. He throws it and ends up becoming his friend, and because he stops the crow from eating it. And the crow is a main character, and we find out later in the episode why, but his name is Murasame. Man, I am not pronouncing these names right at all. Like I said, hopefully by review 3 or 4, I'll be good at it. And basically, he has a friend in the village who's around his physical age, and they butt heads a lot. And the problem is, in becoming good friends with both Sosuke and Shino, since they've been tainted by dark power, I guess, just being friends with them too long has exposed him to being open to the dark force and its evil. So what happens is, and the 2 act like they're not friends, obviously, but when the boy gets tempted, right, by a shadowy figure who looks like Shino did years ago, back when he looked kind of girly in a kimono. And he mentioned that to them, and they said, listen, you can never hang out with us again. And so he ran away angry and took off the cross that it was actually shielding him. with the cross removed, he was able to be lured to the forest. And what it is it was a spider creature. Now, Sosuke goes after him, and it turns out Sosuke can turn into a dog or a wolf, you know, hence the title, right? And I guess that's how he's changed, and that's pretty cool. While Shino goes out, actually finds his friend who's missing, and sees they're stuck in a web. Shino is able to actually his crow actually comes out of his arm, which was awesome the way they animated it, like ripped out of his flesh, and it came right out of his arm. And then I'm like, oh, okay. But it gets better than that, because the crow then transforms into a katana, and it's his demon blade, and he's able to fight with it, and it's an awesome fight between him and the giant spider demon that's trying to eat them. And his friend faints. He's like, oh, there's no time to be fainting. He's like, oh, that's too much for me, I'm out. So he ends up beating the creature. His brother helps him as well, and they take their friend back to the village, and give him back his cross, and they realize that this is a problem. They start walking back. Now, you know what? I should mention, just before this battle, I did skip a part. Just before the battle, actually no, after the battle with the. Yeah, I was right. Well, anyway, there were also foxes sent, and these fox demons were sent in what looked like human garb to retrieve the siblings, specifically Shino, and they failed. And that happened just before this event. So they were told to by their master, which is the same shadowy figure in white we saw at the beginning of the episode, that there's other ways to get him, and we never really wanted to take him by force. Wasn't there another survivor? So they go after the sister while they're all fighting the spider demon and returning the boy. So they go after the sister and kidnap her. What they do is they mesmerize her, and they walk away. And they soon realize that the sister's been taken. There was a note left, and basically they're taken by their church's headquarters in the Imperial City, in the capital city, and so they have to go after it. So they take the train, and that's the end of the episode, them going to find what happened to their sister. Now, all in all, this episode, it didn't seem like it, but it's very jam-packed. I mean, even through the credits, story was happening. The action in it was great. The animation was great. The effect of the crow coming out. I mean, I know it's going to be a transformation thing that we're going to see all the time, but that effect is pretty good. There's a good amount of humor in it. So I'm going to give this one, it had a solid beginning. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was very good. And it's so far my favorite of the new shows that I've seen so far. But I haven't caught them all yet. And I plan on doing so. But I just haven't had the time in the last few weeks. So, it's definitely a show worthy of checking out. Check out the show. Let me know what you think. And like I said, there's going to be a review for episode 2 that I'm going to do shortly after this, and then in a day or two I'll do the episode 3 will come out, and then I'll be all caught up. So this is alertwolf telling you to click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and subscribe if you can, and I am signing out.